Welcome to another edition of Live Wire Sports Media. This is your Freelance Friday edition, and man, like I said before in my last video, I was at the game last night between the Indiana Fever and the Atlanta Dream. Now, like I said, the game was a hard-fought game for the Indiana Fever, but they managed to pull it out. It was ugly, but hey, thanks to the others, thanks to Natasha Howard, thanks to Maris Dantas, thanks for Sophie Cunningham, thanks for Lexi Hall, for rode the ship and got the win for the Fever. But there was one particular incident in the game where Natasha, Ryan Howard and Caitlin Clark got into a little chippiness. And I guess Ryan Howard didn't like the way, Caitlin Clark got underneath her, pushed her off. And she had some words for her. But Caitlin Clark let her know, hey, I'm here. I ain't afraid of you. I ain't scared of you. Like Brendan Mac would say, I ain't scared of you. So, but the thing about it is that everybody seems like they want to get famous with Caitlin Clark now. Everybody wants to go at her. Everybody wants to rough her up now. They want to try to get physical with her now, you know. And I'm sure they probably like all heard about her, getting stronger and whatever. And she's giving the physicality back to them, and they ain't liking it. And that's what it is. She's giving the physicality back to them, and they not liking it. You know what I'm saying? They want to be the one to be the physical one, ruffle up and, trying to discourage her. Yeah, she did not have a great game last night. But at the same time, Brian Howard thought she was gonna try to like keep her hands all over her. And she Brian Howard was following her the whole game. And the referees had called all of them fouls on Ryan Howard, she would have fouled out. She would have fouled out. And they kind of like kept her in the game. Alicia Gray, same thing. They hold a lot. They don't play straight up defense. And Caitlin Clark has to separate space. You can't just have your hand on a person and think a person not supposed to get you off of them. And Ryan Howard got a exception when she was all over Caitlin Clark, and Caitlin Clark got on the whole chicken wing and pushed her off, and she kind of got up on her, and Caitlin Clark let her know, hey, nah, I ain't going out like that. Take a look. Now you see that how Ryan Howard was all over her and Kaylin got up into her. See, this is my thing. If you're gonna be trying to be physical with Caitlin Clark and when she gives it back to you, don't get mad. Don't get mad at all because it's fair game. And I'm glad the referees did not call a tech on both of them. They allowed them to get it out their system. And let me explain something to y'all people, man. I think y'all just watch TV just to see what blinders on. You notice both teams separate each other. They, Caitlin Clark, she was standing there. She didn't move. She didn't turn away or whatever the case may be. People trying to make it look like she ran again. She turned to her and she let her know, "Hey, I ain't afraid of you." See, Ryan Howard and Caitlin Clark know each other very well. They played in um the I think the Olympics. And even though Ryan Howard was drafted 2 years earlier than Caitlin Clark. And Caitlin Clark our team beat Ryan Howard's Kentucky team. So anytime Caitlin Clark beats somebody in college, they got an extra little motivation about them. You know what I'm saying? A little extra motivation. But Ryan Howard knows she don't play with her. We seen in preseason that Ryan Howard was playing with Caitlin Clark, digging in her ears. So I'm not taking this like real, serious. It's competitors. They know each other's game. When two people know each other's game, they're gonna they're gonna bring out the best in each other. And that's what it is. Because Caitlin Clark was laughing, she was smiling. Ryan Howard looked like she was, she took it personal. But at the end of the day, you was following. You was following her the whole time. And it's funny because she's like, all right, I got you. And Kayla was like, I'm not afraid of you. You know, like she, people don't understand. Caitlyn don't play with Ryan. She don't play with Aaliyah. She don't play with Angel. She don't play with Haley. She don't play with Angel Reese. All of them back in the day. All of them growing up through the ranks. So Caitlin Clark knows their game. She knows what they're about. So she knows how to play them a certain way. She knows how they play. They just don't know how to play her. That's the thing. They don't know how to play her because her game is way different from theirs. So Ryan Howard just didn't. Ryan Howard couldn't take it. That's all it was. Ryan Howard wanted to be physical with her, wanted to try to bully her, and then Caitlin gave it back to her, and she didn't like it. She was like, "Okay, oh, so this is what it's about." No, if you're gonna dish it, you got to be able to take it. And you see, Caitlin, she does not be, she's not phased by that stuff. And that's what makes it so funny. She's not phased by it. And people think she's really phased about everything that's going on. She's not. She's built different, man. She's built different. Yeah, she didn't have a great game. And it's not going to be many times she's not going to have a great game. But guess what? When she's on, she's on. And the coach from Atlanta, he played a game that he thought he was going to win by being physical with her. He didn't expect for the others to step up. See, that's the thing about it. Now, when people try to switch their tactics and say, "Oh, let's stop this person," then that's when her game goes off and Leah them games goes off, and that's how it always happens. So, me personally, I loved it. It's competitiveness, and that right there I could live with the the chippiness and the trash talking to each other, and then going back and play and going back at each other. I could get down with that. I can't get down with the other stuff with the you know stuff with Angel Reese and DJ Carrington and all of them. I can't get down with that. That's not basketball. You know, you bump each other, you push each other, and then you start talking trash to each other. Then you like, hey, okay, let's keep going at it. May the best team win, and they won. So again, I love it. I don't have no problem with this one. I really don't, because these two are friends. They are friends. People think that they have issues with each other, and it's not. But it's extra sauce to it because everybody wants to beat Caitlyn. That's all it is. So, I mean, Ryan Howard, I guess she wanted to be in the limelight this time around. She got lit up last game. Now she want to be in the limelight. So, hey, it's what it is. But I think they got one more game against each other. There's two. I think they got one more game against each other. I think that. So, but anyway, I mean, if you want to, now, if you really want to have a rivalry, this is one good one. This is a good, healthy rivalry right here. I think that Ryan Howard versus Caitlin Clark is a pretty good one. They both, like I said, they both familiar with each other game. And if you want to go that route, it's healthy because you got to think about it. They're going to see each other a lot more, especially if Atlanta was to make the playoffs. So that could be a first round opponent. Who never knows? But Clayton Clark has got the better of Ryan Howard, you know, especially last year. They beat him like what, 3-1 last year or whatever the case might be. So um, Ryan Howard, she's looking for some redemption. She beat her last game. They got the 1 point win. Now this time the Fever got the win this time around. So hey, it's what it is, man. Like I said, I ain't gonna spend too much time on it. I don't think it's nothing serious. I don't even care about it. I mean, I like it. I mean, jacking, talking to each other, and that's how the game's supposed to be. When people start taking it personal and want to harm a player and do stuff because they can't play it, let your game speak for itself. Ryan Howard let her game speak for herself. You know what I'm saying? Caitlin Clark lets her game speak for itself. That's how it's supposed to be. Not doing dirty tactics to hurt a person because you don't know how to play. You don't your game don't match their game. It don't work that way. So, but let me know what you think about that and everything else, and I will be back to y'all sometime this afternoon. Until then, it's Live Watch Sports Media, your Freelance Friday. You know what it is, and if you don't know, now you know.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where